the lockdown and the number of cases in India of coronavirus positive cases in India has crossed 2,069 to be exact, with 53 deaths and 235 fresh cases over the last 24 hours. And India has to be braced for more upsetting figures because the major jump in the disease has been traced to the Delhi religious gathering that happened in March of the Tablighi Jamaat, where several members are now feared to have been infected and then passed on the disease to their peers. And many members then traveled across the country and are in different parts of the country at this point in time. And it's a massive search operation that's underway to find these people, every last one of them, screen them, test them, and quarantine them. So a massive task is ahead for all the states and all the health care providers. What I want to address first today is once again those distressing visuals of healthcare workers being attacked. The one visual that came from Indore where a mob rather, was chasing and pelting stones at healthcare providers. Another from Gandhi Hospital in Hyderabad, where a patient of COVID-19 who had died, that patient's family, harassed the doctors. Another one from Bengaluru, where an ASHA worker was harassed for doing her duty. Now, many of these cases are being reported from largely minority-dominated areas. Now, why this hysteria against healthcare workers? Before we come to the why, here is the action that's going to be taken against people who obstruct any healthcare provider from doing their duty. This has been ordered by the government. So anyone obstructing a healthcare provider from doing their duty is going to face up to 1 or 2 years in jail. So there's legal action, there's criminal action against those people harassing our healthcare providers. Now we come to the why. Why is there this hysteria? Why are healthcare providers being chased away and harassed? First of all, the religious leaders are responsible. The religious leaders who wield much influence over these groups of people and who have not come forward and asked their followers to cooperate with the administration at a point when the whole of India needs to be united. They are accountable. The chief of the Markaz in Nizamuddin, immediately after the group was exposed and then these members were evacuated and taken to isolation and taken to hospitals, the leader of the Tablighis, the Maulana Azad, went missing. He was missing in action, and then a few days later, an audio clip emerges of him appealing to his followers to cooperate with the administration. But before this, there was a complete communication gap. There was no communication from Maulana Saad. And in fact, the latest one that has come in the form of an audio clip, it's not this man coming out in public, facing the public, and actually being vocal about what this community, of what these members of the Tablighi need to do. He is not there in public. It really matters. Your presence really matters. An audio clip does not have a far reach. If you're there, if you're standing and your face is there to carry your message, that has more value. So here's hoping that religious leaders who have influence come out and support the cause. Right now, every Indian needs to be united. Secondly, why is this hysteria happening? Is because of the fear-mongering by the general public against Tablighi members specifically and Muslims in general. This fear-mongering needs to stop because it's dangerous and it's also foolish and it's also counterproductive. What the fear-mongering, what this blaming a particular community is doing is planting fear in the minds of these members, and they are even more daunted and they are afraid of reporting themselves to the authority. They believe they're being targeted, they believe they will be harassed. It is important to deal with this situation reasonably. Now, speaking of approaching these matters with reason, now there is another distressing story coming from the 9th day of lockdown, which was also Ram Navami. Many people gathered at temples in West Bengal to pray. Amid a complete nationwide lockdown, when social distancing is supposed to be practiced, all of that was thrown to the wind, and many people queued up at temples to offer prayers. Here's a fact: religious gatherings have been the worst spreaders of the virus across the world. And what is the need of the hour is for religious leaders across communities, Hindu, Muslim, Christians, everybody, to gather, to unite, and to drill some reason into their followers, because at this point in time, God is not going to help anybody if we do not help ourselves. And lastly, one big development from day 9 was the Prime Minister, in his review meeting with state chief ministers, has asked for a common strategy to exit from this lockdown in a staggered manner. So this probably means that the lockdown will not be lifted at the snap of a finger and everything will go back to normal. Probably the lockdown, the restrictions will be wound down, gradually lifted from various parts of the country, and the states and the center are going to work out a plan to do the same. These were the updates on day 10. Let us know if we missed anything, and let us know if you have questions that we can address in the comments below.